It depends too dead, man.
So, what is?
Well, let's really think about what the word means, innit? Like, if you're audacious, it's like, to me anyway, and I know we could obviously start with dictionary definition, but for me, it's like a significant level of confidence that, in fact, actually has gone into that space of arrogance. So, in fact, let's connect those two things, innit? So, you've got arguably that relationship between like where there's confidence become arrogance.
Confidence and arrogance. I like that.
Like, my thing personally is that, like, when I think of audacity, you're so confident that you've borderlined into the space of arrogance to say, if not me, who else? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if not me, who else? Do you feel me? Like, so I know it's not always good to use sports references because not everybody's into sports, but you know me, I grew up playing football, innit? So for me, when I think of like the audacity, there are certain football players who have the audacity to say, if my team is 2-0 down, 1-0 down, and there's 10 minutes to go, give me the ball. Don't pass to him. Do not pass to him. Not because he's not good, but give it to me. Because this is what I'm here to do. Kobe Bryant, yeah? Oh, Kobe Bryant. Do you know Kobe Bryant, yeah? He said in an interview that there are certain men that he doesn't pass the ball to when it's the last quarter of the game and his team's behind. And then he said, because I saw how you trained this week. I saw how you were in training. You weren't getting there as early as I was. You weren't leaving as late as I was. You weren't practicing that thing over and over. So why is it in the last minutes of the game I should trust you? Do you get what I'm saying? I saw what you did. You cut corners this week. So no, I'm not passing. I will deal with the last. I will get us back to where we need to be. That's audacity. Do you get what I'm saying?
When you say the last quarter,
so this is a good point. So this probably links to the fact that if you have done what you need to do here, yeah, there's like repeated action which then leads to the increase in confidence, yeah. But if you're gonna say we're gonna link arrogance to that, let's even put that in red if the red works, yeah. If we're gonna say with arrogance now, at this point, it's almost like a belief that you are the one.
you. sorry, yeah. You have to just say you.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
You.
it's you, fam. It's no one else. You get me? Like, it has to be you. That's why I say Barack Obama's second book was called The Audacity of Hope. There's a level of audacity that you have to say, I'm going to be the president of the United States of America, because that's a one-person job. So there's audacity in saying it has to be me. Donald Trump, that's audacious. You went from being a billionaire who's been bankrupt multiple times. Whether he's good in business or not is not up to me to decide, because people can declare bankruptcy but actually still be really good in business. But that doesn't matter. You then become a TV personality through The Apprentice. You then just become a guy who's angry on Twitter, but then you decide, yeah, I'm going to run the country. Now we know there's white privilege in there. We know there's all that stuff going on. We know there's bare things going on there. But there's audacity to say, I have to run the country. Like, that's audacity.
That he's hated by half of the world, but he still can run.
Audacity. Do you get what I'm saying? It has to be me. It's me. It's got to be me.
And you said repeated action. Why is it
Okay.
I know people that go to school, they do the same lessons, do the same things, but they're still not good. It's like I'm still not confident in my abilities to do well.
Because you're doing the same lesson, but you're not necessarily overcoming problems on a consistent basis. So that's why in the classes where you have to demonstrate your knowledge in practice through some sort of comprehension, if you also have a desire to want to get better in that class, your confidence will build when you've done that so many times. So like for me, I mean, I've said my story in many videos and in live situations, so I won't dwell on it. But when I did decide to take school seriously in that last couple months of year 11, one resource that I knew was available to me was that my one of my aunts, so she's actually, my parents are her children's godparents, so but I call her auntie. She's a math teacher in another school. So I was like, hey, Auntie Lynn, can I come to your house every week and just sit down? So I basically ended up getting free tutoring from her in maths. Because we did past papers so many times, every time I come to link her, she said to me straight the week before the exam, the A's in the bag. The only question is, do you want the A star? And I was confident when she said that, because I was like, no, but it's clear. You've done it so many times. And I know there's no question to do with circles, to do with algebra, to do with trigonometry that I'm not ready for, because I've done it many times. I've overcome the problem multiple times. So I now have a level of confidence that it can be done, which is why when people say you're going into a new environment, just be confident. But how can I? Confidence is not an input, it's an output. I.e., you get the confidence after you've done it.
So you're trying to say there needs to be evidence of you being
Evidence
good.
is a great word.
Evidence
Evidence is a great word. You should write that down. Evidence is a sensational word. That needs to go somewhere here. There has to be evidence. You cannot suggest that you can develop Audacity until you have evidence. Now, let me tell you why I think that's such a sensational word. Some people have the evidence and deny it. What happened today in our session? We were talking to Quaid for time. The evidence that he has strengths and skills is apparent to all of us. But he hasn't put his focus on the evidence that exists, so he can't develop the Audacity. So we need to help him, without our prompting, to realize the evidence that he has strengths, skills, and everything exists.
Yeah.
Because without that evidence, he can't get to a point of developing confidence, which means he can't step into a slight zone of arrogance to develop a healthy level of Audacity. Or arrogance can be seen unhealthy. Audacity can be healthy. We're talking about the healthy aspect. But without actually acknowledging the evidence, it's not going to be possible.
But, so cool. How can you be audacious if you have no evidence? If I want to be, I don't know, an audacious entrepreneur, but I have no evidence of me actually being good at business or being good at all of that, like, how am I meant to?
Steps. You got to take some small steps then. You got to go and do a couple of things that are progressive to provide you the evidence that you can do. So, for example, for me, the business that I first started when I started working for myself was a marketing agency, and I was giving this story to Natalie the other day in the office, yeah. And when I say it out loud now, I think I must have been, I don't know if I was under the influence of what, but Ria, if I show you in my laptop, Ria, one of the ways, now you don't understand, you think I'm joking, blood. You think I'm joking. Ria, one of the ways that I used to try and show clients that I could add value is I would help them, I would say to them, I'm going to create you a free strategy outline. That's what I called it, you know. The strategy outline would be 9 pages, Ria.
Okay.
Size 12 font, 11 even, a size 11 font.
Free.
For free.
Free.
For free.
That's something
People would pay, even a solo entrepreneur or a micro business is still paying hundreds of pounds for that. Minimum. But because in my head I'm just starting and I don't know if I'm really that good or not, when I'm dropping you the 9-page strategy outline, which is really your whole strategy, when I'm dropping you the 9-page strategy and you're going, fam, we never thought of any of this, this is amazing. After I've done that 20 times, I'm like, oh no, I'm the shit. Like bleep that. But anyway, I'm like, no, I'm here. Like, I know what I'm doing here, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to do a few small things. So it started with little things like, well, can I? But even before that, let's break that down. How do you get to the point of being able to do 9-page strategy? Well, I'm going and doing the learning, but it's let's get on a call and let's go through some of the things you're doing in your marketing at the moment. So can I create a good enough series of questions to understand where you're at the moment? So once I create those questions, when you're answering the questions, do I even understand what you're saying? Do you get what I mean?
Then how do you even get to the point putting yourself in a position to hop on a call to prove that you're even worthy of doing it?
Right, so then we have to go prior to the running of that business. This dates back to, it depends how far back we want to go. Like, if we're going to go when I first left school, when I first started learning about entrepreneurship, it's you go to the course where you're trying to learn about entrepreneurship for the first time. And I'm in this 1-week course amongst, I think, 4 or 5 other young people who say they want to be entrepreneurs. And it's, okay, how good are the questions that I'm asking? Okay, the people that are running that, they're giving me the confidence because they're saying, you ask really good questions. Oh, your business idea is interesting. Here's some feedback. So you're slowly developing it from there. So I think if we're going to try and give a simple answer to the question, put yourself in the learning space first. Great example, Krypton Conan I was listening to Thoughts on a Cully the other day with Posty, yeah? And this is great for young people who say, I find learning long and I don't like school and I hear all that. But Crep said when he was starting Nala's Baby, he spent 1.5 years being a student of cream. He was a student of cosmetics and how do you make creams and soaps. And so the point is you have to put yourself in a learning position first. And by putting yourself in a learning position and then judging your confidence building based on, are you asking good questions? When you're in that learning space, are you answering and solving problems? And if you are, that should build you the confidence bit by bit before you get to the point where you say, let's jump on the call. Do you get what I'm saying? But when I'm doing let's jump on the call, it's because I've been in enough situations where I've done the learning, had conversations, all of that to go, I think I can hold this conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm doing this at 22. Do you get what I'm saying? With bare different business owners, like, let's do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah.
Simplified formula of how I develop Audacity forward.
Start off by putting yourself in a learning space so that you can then expose yourself to what problem solving is needed. Because people who are audacious, they're audacious about solving problems. So put yourself in a space of learning so you know what kind of problems need solving first in that particular space. Then you need to take actions that allow you to build confidence, and then you need to reflect on the evidence that you're able to go about adding value to move you from confidence into arrogance. And then once you do that, you start to realize you're the one. That's the formula.
So, learning, action, evidence, you're the one.
There we go.
Love that.
That's it. So if you want to be in a community of people that are audacious, like, comment, subscribe, stay connected.